Hey everybody, welcome to or back to my channel, Mel KB Vlogs. So, I don't know if this is like a weird position to be sitting in. Is it? I don't know. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the 10 strangest things about working on a cruise ship. I find working on cruise ships just like weird. Like, it's just weird. It's not real life. I like truly, it's a fully, you get on the ship and you enter a completely different universe. It's strange. And if you're watching this and you have worked on cruise ships, you know. But if you haven't, let me just bring you into the world for a little bit and you can kind of see what it's like, because it's wild. I'm coming to you from my cabin, and if you're interested, I have a cabin tour right here, so go and click it there and you can watch. Okay, let's get right into it. Number one is there is a morgue on every cruise ship, like a morgue where they store dead bodies. Yeah, and I just think that's like the weirdest thing, because this is like your home, kind of like the ship is your home. Like the atrium is your living room and the buffet is your kitchen, and also in your home is a morgue. I actually don't know where it is on this ship, so, and I don't want to know, but on my very first contract the morgue was right next to my room. That's how I found that out. So yeah, it's weird. There's a morgue and people die on ships. Like, it's very common that people will just pass away on ships, and you need a place to store the body until you can, I guess, bring it to where it belongs. I don't know. Weird. Next thing, the fact that like your bedroom travels the world with you. Like, I'm gonna go to sleep tonight in this room right here, and I'm gonna wake up and I can go outside and I'm just in a completely different place. Like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow in Colombia, and in just a few days I'm gonna wake up in Spain. Not in a few days, in like 20 days, but still, like, that's crazy that, you know, all of your belongings, you don't move them anywhere and you just wake up and you're in new places. Like, I still can't wrap my head around that. But me and my cast always were like, oh my god, we woke up and we're in this place now. It's just really cool. I think that's like my favorite part about working on cruise ships, because you have like the comfort of your room and your home, which is the ship, and then you just get to go to all these different places, and it kind of makes those places feel a bit like home, because where you live is there, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's cool. Number three, if there's an emergency on the ship, the dancers and singers and performers, depending on the cruise line, but most cruise lines, those people have very important emergency duties. So like, say there's a very big emergency and people have to get into the lifeboats, the dancer that you saw the night before, like, dancing their face off in the show, they're gonna be the person who's in charge of the lifeboat that you're getting into, and they're trained to know what to do in an emergency. So that blew my mind my first contract. Like, you are not just a dancer, you're not just a singer, you are responsible for maintaining the safety of the ship and being available to help when or if there's an emergency. Pretty crazy. It's just, it's funny, like, the dancers are gonna save the ship. What? To be fair, every other job on the ship, everybody kind of has their own emergency duties. Like, some, I don't know if this is right, but like a waiter might be like the lifeboat driver. Crazy, crazy. Number four, you barely set foot on land at nighttime while working on a cruise ship. Like, my entire first 2 contracts, I never once was on land when it was dark outside for 7 months straight. And that was like the one thing I was so excited about when I got off the ship. Like, oh my gosh, it's nighttime and I can just like be on land and walk into a store, walk into a restaurant and do whatever I want. The reason for that is because a lot of the port times are early, like the ship will leave at like 4 o'clock. So yeah, sometimes you'll just never set foot on land at night for 7-8 months. Let's see. Oh, the crew area is not as glamorous as some people may think. It's literally just like a maze of white walls that all look exactly like. Every hallway looks exactly like. It's very like clinical looking and bare, and there's not much. So a lot of people think that like crew area is almost like just like the guest area of the ship, and it's like super cool and like fancy. No, it kind of resembles a hospital in a way, and it's just like the bare bones. Like you just gotta get through the hallways to get to your rooms. There's like a crew dining area and a crew bar and a crew store, and that's kind of it. There's not like many hangout spots, anything like that. And most people don't know that. It's really strange. Laundry is literally like the Hunger Games. It's crazy. So I don't know about many other ships, but the 2 ships that I did do, there are like little laundry rooms that have like 2 to 3 washers and dryers in them, all scattered throughout the ship. So you have to kind of go to each one to find the laundry, and like one might have a washer available, but then once you're done, no dryer. You have to run around the ship to find available laundry to get it done. And literally sometimes it could take like the whole day. There will be crew members who will take your stuff out mid-cycle. I caught a guy the other day taking my laundry out mid-cycle, and I was like, sir, excuse me, I see you. He was shook. He was like, because I caught him. It's wild, and like my whole cast makes just jokes like, okay, I'm doing the Hunger Games today, meaning I'm doing laundry. Yeah, so simple thing like laundry is not so simple. Number 7 is the fact that we're fed like gourmet meals for every meal. That's crazy. Like, I don't have to cook at all, and we don't have to pay for it. Like, we're not paying for our meals. So I can just go up to the buffet and have so many things to choose from, or I can go to the dining room and order really like whatever I want and just have it made for me, and it's always so good. That's wild. Like, that's so strange that I'm living in an environment where food is just like there. God, it's not very unlike my life in New York. So I'm soaking that up for sure. Number 8, there are a lot of like really random rules working on a cruise ship that you don't really expect. Now that it's my 3rd contract, I don't really like second guess them or think about them that much, but when I relay a rule to like my castmates, I'm like, oh yeah, like we're not supposed to do XYZ. And then I see like, they're like, what? Why? I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I just realized like how weird that is. So some examples are like, you can't have cell phones out in guest area. They just don't want you to see, like, they don't want the guests to see you on your phone. So even when being above out of crew area is like the only place you can get cell service, and we're not supposed to be on our phones, but that's the only place you can get cell service. So that can be really tricky. You have to dress better than the guests. So you're expected to dress like very nicely. So this outfit I'm wearing to dinner tonight, it's like nice dress pants and a nice top, and I'll wear heels. And in reality, a lot of the guests are just gonna be wearing like very casual clothes, like shorts and a t-shirt. But crew is expected, if we're like out and about, not in uniform, we're expected to dress better than the guests to keep that standard high. Oh, this one is interesting too. Guests always come first. So if you're in the line for the buffet and you're getting food, and if a bunch of guests line up behind you, we have to go back around behind them because they're paying to be here and we're not. So we have to be like, all right, you can go ahead. And that, to me, it's like second nature. I just do it now, but I remember at first I was like, was like, oh, it takes forever to get a slice of pizza because everybody wants pizza. And it can feel really dramatic at times, but it's fine. So yeah, there are just like a lot of random rules like that. Like we always have to wear a name tag, things like that. It's just like, it's strange because although the ship is your home and this is where you live and hang out and do whatever when you're not working, technically you're like still always at work. You can't fully relax when you're on the ship because like eyes are always on you, especially the performers, because people know who we are from seeing the shows. So you just have to like be conscious of the fact that people can be watching you all the time. Number 9 is, there's a saying called the wedding ring comes off on the gangway. Crazy, insane. So it is so common on cruise ships for people to just cheat on spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, fiancés, whatever. It is so common, to the point where like people don't question it. Like a guy will come up to you and he'll be flirting with you and then he'll be like, oh, my wife, blah, 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 blah. And it's just normal. And they'll even, sometimes they'll tell you, oh, my wife said I could have a girlfriend. And you're like, what is going on? Another thing also to remember is that the crew is made up of people all over the world, like almost every country. I feel like there are people on the ship. So, you know, the cultures are different and everything like that. And there's like language barriers, but it's crazy. Like the cheating is just unreal. I hate it personally. I think it's vile, but some people don't care, and it's just so common on ships. Like basically if you have a partner going on a ship, you're like, they're probably gonna cheat, which is terrible. I hate that. Number 10, living on a ship makes you miss normal toilets really badly, because these toilets are like suction monsters. Like you click the button and it's like, and it sounds all scary and it's like really dramatic. And when I go on land and use a bathroom and I just flush the toilet, I'm like, wow, it's so simple and nice. It sounds weird, but it's just like, they're not normal toilets and it's just strange. So yeah, those are my top 10 weirdest / strangest things about working on a cruise ship. Yeah, it's nuts. So I hope that gave you a little bit of insight of like what this world is like, and I'm gonna make more videos like this, so make sure you subscribe and comment below any questions or like any reactions you had. And yeah, I'll see you next time. All right, thanks, bye.